Okay, this is Black Hole, Chapter 7. The king entered the bedroom in a hurry. Maki, he called. Maki. She was on a lounger by the window, taking a nap. What is it? She asked, annoyed, rubbing her eyes. I just wanted to check on you, the king said. A lot has changed. What is going on? Maki asked. I hope not too much has changed. I was just talking to my father about our wedding. Do you think we should serve rosewater at the dinner or alcoholic vina? Forget that, the king said, grabbing her. Have you even noticed I was gone? Well, I was a bit busy, Maki said, staring off into the distance. The king was annoyed. You were not busy. You never are. Neither are you. Your meetings are just formalities, placed to waste time between eating and sex, she said. What? The king said. I am more than that. I am important. Maki rolled her eyes. Whatever. Are you going to help with the wedding preparations, or do I need Jamashi to make all the choices? There are more important things, the king said. I have to rethink my priorities. Like I said, a lot has changed. I have awakened. I'm not sure I can continue passively doing what I have always done. You are not sure you can continue, Maki said, still staring into space. Your life is just so difficult, is it not? Would you rather be a nobody or one of those dregs that don't fit into society? Maybe it would not be so bad, the king said, then paused. Do you want to come with me? He asked. But this is the perfect place to sleep, is it not? Maki replied. Just follow me, the king said. Why? You are not making sense, Maki said. Have you hit your head or something? In a sense, the king said. As he began walking, he realized he did not know where he was going or what he planned to do, but he knew something was wrong. Perhaps discovering the extent of the problem was the first step. Then he could seek allies. The king smiled and rushed out of the palace once more. But as he crossed the gate and the moat, a loud call rang out, and he was shaken with fear. The king stopped just outside the doors as the doctor and his assistant, Ilka, greeted him with smiles. Please, Ilka said, we are here to help you. And what help was that? The king asked. Ilka smiled. We know you had a near-death experience. It disrupted your mind, made your thinking incorrect. We want to restore your inner calm, make you as you once were. She approached him slowly, carefully. The king froze. Escape was impossible. Guards watched his every move. He shuddered. He glanced to the side and saw Jamashi smiling, assuring him that everything would be okay. The king knew better. He had been there when Jamashi was an infant, when his self-preservation and fear were excised from his brain, and the infant was then gifted to the king as if Jamashi were an object. He often wondered what Jamashi, poor sweet Jamashi, would have been without tampering. Perhaps he would not have been so pliant, so loving, so complacent and pleasant, but he might have had some life in his eyes. The king lowered his head. I will come with you, he said, but may I see someone first? The doctor nodded, finding this reasonable. Who do you want to be? The doctor asked. And do not stall too long. My advisor, the king said. It will not take long. I thought we could have a few drinks. Chapter 8. The king agreed to the procedure but made one final request. The doctor consented, and the king asked to see his advisor, Rocario. This puzzled the doctor and Ilka. The king had never seemed fond of Rocario, but they agreed as it seemed harmless. Rocario arrived at the bridge slightly annoyed at missing his favorite beauty pageant. Still, he smiled when he saw the king and assumed something good was in store for him. Just walk with me, the king said. We need to talk. Rocario smiled and asked whether the king had decided to try polyamory which he personally found very fulfilling. The king smiled and agreed it sounded interesting, asking Rocario about his wives and accomplishments as they walked along the bridge. The king glanced down and smiled. Below, he saw the old man and commanded nearby guards to seize him. As he was still king, they complied. "What game are you playing?" the doctor asked, annoyed. "I am trying to show you that I am not mad," the king replied. "Your actions suggest otherwise," the doctor said. "Yes," Rocario said. "Now let me tell you about the time all 10 of us were in bed." They ignored Rocario. The king asked the old man what he thought about the Black Hole Project and the dangerous path mankind was taking. "I don't want to be involved," the old man said. "I just want to be at peace." The king was stunned. "You could stop it if you spoke up." "Could I?" the old man replied. "I thought you were the one with power, and the last outsider who spoke up was euthanized." The king was speechless. Bureaucracy does what bureaucracy does, the old man said. "It protects itself. Now, may I go?" The guards released him and he walked back down the path to the river. "You are panicking for nothing," the doctor said. "The change we intend for you is small. It will erase anxiety and normalize your behavior. I intend to do the same procedure on myself, to remove my worries about the black hole." "You cannot be serious," the king said. "It is for the greater good," the doctor replied. "I cannot go," the king cried. "I am the king. What I say goes." And with that, he ran. The doctor signaled the guards. "Rule 27, he said to them. "To protect the many, we follow the code, and not the king." The king was quickly captured. "You cannot do this," he said. "Yes, we can," the doctor replied. "This is not a story. This is real life. Now take him for surgery. I will follow." The king and the doctor were anesthetized and awoke hours later. When the king asked where he was, the nurse smiled and told him he was in recovery. The operation was a success. He no longer needed to worry about anxiety or memories of his near-death experience. The king smiled and thanked her. Chapter 9. The operation was called stabilization, and it was a success. The king awoke after surgery performed by robots that removed and isolated parts of his brain that operated outside normal parameters. He sat in the recovery room, his head heavy, sensing something was missing. Then Maki arrived, radiant, speaking of the wedding and how well everything was going. The king saw no reason to disagree and smiled. They laughed, went drinking, and as the night passed, his worries started to fade. They dined at an exquisite restaurant with living tables and shifting floors. After 8 courses, Maki whispered they should leave. They spent the night together in their new pleasure chamber, a pre-wedding gift from Rocario. The next morning, Jamashi brought breakfast, barefoot as always. He smiled as usual, but when he saw the king's eyes, he sensed something was wrong. But Jamashi said nothing. He did not drop the fruit or hesitate, but inside, unease grew. "What will you do today?" Jamashi asked. "I will speak with the doctor about the black hole," the king said. "What exactly is the Black Hole Project?" Jamashi asked. The king laughed. "I thought you only cared about me." "I'm sorry," Jamashi said. "I don't mean to ask too much. I'm just worried." "It's fine," the king said. "The black hole will create a new universe. Since we build it, we write all the parameters. No outsiders. No constant genetic manipulation will be necessary. No animals like the deer that refuse to submit. No need for surgeries to correct mistakes like mine." "Or surgeries like mine," Jamashi said. "Of course," the king replied. "You don't mind the surgery, do you?" "Of course not," Jamashi said. It made me better able to serve you, as yours did for you. The king felt confused, but the feeling quickly dissipated. He could not see why worry was important, so he smiled. Come, Jamashi said. Join me. Come, Jamashi, the king said. Join me. The project is nearly complete.